Going back to when I was acting Chief of Staff of the Army in 2003, and I visited all the division commanders and General Sanchez, there was already a low-level insurgency on our hands. And to be frank about it, most people did not understand that. And the one general officer that understood what this was, and we were in agreement, was Dave Petraeus. Now, Dave Petraeus and I have a long association. He worked for me a number of times. He was commanding the very division I commanded, so we have a lot in common. That was illuminating, to me, and I never forgot that. And then he went back to help train the Iraqi security forces as his second assignment. And he was sitting at Fort Leavenworth in concert with General Mattis, and they were writing new doctrine to how to execute counterinsurgency. I mean, to be frank about it, I did receive a phone call from the vice president that week when they had made a decision to execute the strategy, and he asked me if I would put my uniform back on and go fight the war. I don't think I've ever said that publicly, but it did happen. And I told him, for personal reasons, I wasn't in a position to do that. I said, Mr. Vice President, this is almost an exact quote, I said, it's a bit of an act of desperation, and it really isn't necessary. I said, I understand that I was able to communicate what should be done, and there's some confidence in me as a result of that. But the fact of the matter is, General Petraeus is better qualified. You don't have to go to a retired guy to do this. We have a guy on active duty who's got all the qualifications to do it, better qualified than me to do it. He's current on it. He's written a new strategy to how to deal with that. And as you heard in the White House Oval Office, when President Bush was theorizing, well, if Casey is going to be replaced, who should be replacing him? Among the five of us that were there, we all agreed on Petraeus. And I told the vice president, I said, if you put feelers out, you will find that this is a consensus pick. You're not going to find people opposed to General Petraeus taking over the war.